students. Now let me continue with the topic some basic concepts of chemistry. Last class we have discussed with the different scales for measuring the temperature. Now the next part is very important, which is called as uncertainty in measurement. So as I have already told, all physical quantities can be measured, and every measurement is associated with some sort of an error with it. Two terms become very important in this respect. The first term is called as precision and the second term is accuracy. Now, for any theoretical calculation which can be considered as the true value, the same value can be determined experimentally also by performing the experiment. But each result which is taken will not be similar with the other. It will not be exactly the same. It is associated with a slight difference which is called as the error. How do we define precision then? Precision is the closeness of various measurements for the same quantity, whereas the other term accuracy is the agreement of a particular value to the true value of the result. Now to understand these two definitions, I will take one particular example. Suppose a measurement is done in the laboratory in terms of grams. I will select three students, student A, student B, student C. So the true value of the reading which is to be obtained, let it be considered as 2.000 gram. I ask the student A to take two readings. He reports the first reading as 1.95 and the second reading as 1.93. Now take the average of these two, add and divide by 2, you will get the average. The average of these two readings is 1.940. Now this reading 1.940 is said to be precise. Just look at the definition of precision. It is the closeness of various measurements for the same quantity. Look to the readings, they are very close to each other, 1.95 and 1.93. The average will be 1.94. Now coming to the next student, student B. The same measurement in terms of gram is taken by him and reported as 1.94 gram and 2.05 gram. Are these readings close to each other? No, they are far away from each other. Therefore, they are not precise. Then if you take the average of this, it is 1.995. Is it accurate to the true value, that is 2.00 gram? No, it is neither accurate. Accuracy, we have defined it as agreement of a particular value to the true value of the result. True value is 2 grams. So therefore, on removing the average 1.995, it shows that the readings are neither precise nor accurate. The measurements are neither precise nor accurate. Coming to student C. He takes two readings and reports them as 2.01 and 1.99. Are they close to each other, both the measurements? Yes. So therefore they are precise. And if you take the average of both 2.01 plus 1.99 divided by 2, you will get 2.000, which is nothing but the true value, 2 grams. So therefore, these readings are said to be both precise and accurate. So this is regarding the meaning of the terms precision and accuracy. One very important factor which we need to study here regarding uncertainty in measurement is about significant figures. Now what are these significant figures? that is the reporting of results in measurement. Every experimental measurement has the same amount of uncertainty. Significant figures are the meaningful digits. They are considered as the meaningful digits which are known with certainty. So significant figures are the meaningful digits which are known with certainty. The uncertainty in the experimental or calculated values is indicated by mentioning the number of significant figures. Now, according to this, all digits reported in a given data, all the digits which are reported in a given data are certain except for the last one which is uncertain or doubtful. To explain this, I will take one particular example. If a measurement is reported as 11.64 centimeter, how many digits are there? There are 4 digits. That is 1, 1, 6 and 4 are the 4 digits in that particular measurement. Now of these 1, 1 and 6, the first 3 except the last one, they are known with certainty, whereas the last digit is called as the doubtful digit or uncertain digit. Now, to determine the number of significant figures in a reported measurement or reading, there are certain rules which we need to discuss one by one. Now there are certain rules for determining the significant figures. Let us look into the first rule, rule 1. Now the first rule states that all non-zero digits are significant. All non-zero digits are significant. Suppose if I take a measurement as 285 centimeter. All are non-zero digits, isn't it? So therefore in this reading 285 centimeter, there are 3 significant figures. So this has 3 significant figures. If I take one more reading as the liquid which is measured as 0.25 ml. Now how many non-zero digits are there in this particular reading? There are 2 and 5 are the non-zero digits. So therefore there are 2 significant figures in this particular reading 0.25 ml. So this is the first rule which states that all non-zero digits are significant. Now let us look to the second rule. Now to explain the second rule, I will take 1 or 2 examples so that you will know it much better. If a reading is reported as 0.03 ml, the value is 0.03 ml. So can you tell how many significant figures are there? Now this is decided by the second rule which states that zeros preceding the first non-zero digit, zeros which are preceding the first non-zero digit are not significant. They are used to indicate the position of the decimal point. So therefore, in this particular reading 0.03 ml, preceding means that which comes before 0.03. So these zeros, they are not significant. So in the reading 0.03 ml, there is only one significant figure according to the second rule, which states that zeros preceding to first non-zero digit are not significant. They only indicate the position of the decimal point. Another reading, if you take it as 0.0052. So there are two zeros before the non-zero digit. This is the first non-zero digit 5. So both are not significant. Therefore, in this particular reading 0.0052, there are only two significant figures according to the second rule. I hope this is clear. All zeros preceding to the first non-zero digit are not significant. They indicate the position of the decimal point. Now coming to the third rule. Now to explain this third rule, I will take one or two examples once again. 2.005. Now in this particular value there are two zeros which are present in between two non-zero digits. The third rule states that zeros placed between two non-zero digits are significant. Zeros placed between two non-zero digits are significant. So therefore in the reading 2.005 there are four significant figures. They have to be considered if they are present, if the zeros are present between two non-zero digits. Another example, you can take it as 3.01. So there is one zero between two non-zero digits 3 and 1. So in this reading there are three non-zero digits 3.01. So this is the third rule which states that zeros placed between two non-zero digits are significant. Now there is the fourth rule, rule 4. To explain this fourth rule, I will take one or two examples once again. 0.200. Now in this particular value, zeros are coming after the non-zero digit, that is 2. So this rule states that zeros at the end or right of a number are significant, provided they should be on the right hand side of the decimal point. So in this particular example 0.200, there are totally three significant figures because they are present on the right side of the decimal point. One more example, I will take 11.00. Now there are two zeros which are present on the right side of the decimal point. Therefore, this reading has four significant figures. So what does the fourth rule state? Zeros at the end or right of a number are significant, provided they are on the right side of the decimal point. So these are the four rules which you need to remember for determining the number of significant figures. Otherwise, the terminal zeros may or may not be significant. Suppose if I take a number that is 18500. So in this particular value, it can have either 3 or 4 or 5 significant figures. So it becomes ambiguous. You are unable to decide on the number of significant figures. Now to remove this ambiguity, the value is reported in terms of scientific notation. The value is reported in terms of scientific notation, wherein any reported value is indicated in the form of capital N into 10 raised to small n. Capital N into 10 raised to small n. Now you should know what is capital N and what is small n. Now capital N is a single non-zero digit to the left side of the decimal. So capital M is a single non-zero digit to the left side of the decimal. Left of the decimal. And as you all know, small m will be a exponent of 10. Now this small n is an exponent of 10, and this exponent can be either positive or negative, or it can also be 0. So it can be either a positive integer, negative integer, or 0. Therefore, to indicate the exact number of significant figures, the given measurement or value is reported in the form of capital M into 10 raised to n, where n indicates a single non-zero digit to the left of decimal, and small n is an exponent which may be positive, negative, or 0. And you should know when is the exponent positive and when is the exponent negative. Now to indicate whether the exponent is positive or negative, so I will take one particular example. 40400. The number is 40400. Now I will end this as 0.0. So if you want to express it in this form, n into 10 raised to n, capital N is single non-zero digit to the left of decimal, right? So you should go on moving the decimal place. How many places? 1, 2, 3, 4. On moving 4 times to the left side, you are moving to the left side, then you will get the value as 4.04 into 10 to the power of. Now since you are moving the decimal to the left, it should be positive. If the decimal is moved to the left side, then it should be positive. So therefore you will write it as +4 or simply 4. And if the decimal is moved to the right side, then the exponent will be negative. To explain this, we will take one particular example. Same number, I will write the zeros before. 404. So in the scientific notation form, capital N will be a single non-zero digit to the left of the decimal. Right? So you are going to move it to the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you move 5 places towards the right side, you will end the value as once again 4.04 into 10 to the power of. Now the exponent will be negative. You are moving 5 places, but it will not be +5, it will be -5. 10 raised to -5. This is very, very important to know when the exponent small n is positive or negative. So this is regarding the scientific notation. Now in scientific notation we need to perform all the 4 operations, that is multiplication, division, addition and subtraction, and also there are rules for rounding of the non-significant figures. So that I will be continuing in the next class. Hope so till here you have understood the concept regarding uncertainty in measurement, significant figures and scientific notation. So I will stop the class here. Thank you.